Alrighty then, guys. Happy Friday to all of you fine people. This is Friday, April 27th, 2018. This is the Friday Wrestling Stream. We're on this channel every Friday. If I can, I come on here to talk about a bunch of wrestling topics as much as I can for about an hour or so every Friday. But today is going to be a special episode because people are going to ask for it anyways. We're here to talk about the WWE's greatest Royal Rumble event that took place just not too long ago in Saudi Arabia. And it's so weird. I'm doing like a wrestling review. Like, I've done reviews around this time when I've been like a day late with like a certain show review and stuff like that. But it's weird doing a review right now of like an actual show that just happened live, man. Like this is still like, it's just so weird. It's like 2:20. I'm here to talk about a pro wrestling show that just happened. A long one too, man, because oh my god. I'll give it this. At least the greatest Royal Rumble did not overrun. Like WrestleMania would overrun like crazy. The greatest Royal Rumble, at least it said, hey, we're ending at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It ended at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God that they decided to have this end at a proper time. It ended at 2 for me and everything like that. So that's fine. But thank God it did not go over. But the greatest Royal Rumble, I sit here and I say to myself, is this really a show that I should be reviewing? Like, should I review this show hard? Should I go into detail? Because when I looked at the show, I said, this was going to be a live event WWE was going to do anyways in Saudi Arabia. It got announced in January that they were planning on doing an event like this. This was something that WWE was going to be focusing on, that WWE was going to do. This big Royal Rumble match with 50 superstars. This was going to be a house show. Let's just be real with it here. This was going to be a special live event. So it's kind of like with Beast in the East and any of those shows. Do you really like review these shows hard? Do you really like break down these shows and look at the storyline aspects from everything? Like what do you do with these shows? Like that's my question is when you like watch shows like the greatest Royal Rumble, is like, do you really break down the show super hard? Do you really freaking go like, oh, well, I was watching this match, I noticed, like, no, it's like, to me personally, I kind of like was like hesitant of saying, do I put review in the title? Because this ain't really going to be like a full-fledged review like you normally see from my channel. This is just me going to be pretty much telling you what happened, what I liked about the show, and what I didn't like about the show. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But let's get to the chat real quick. Shout out to Between the Rope Show, Degenerate Sharingan, the Batman, leader of the chat cave, and Demon DB804 for being in the chat right now. Thank you guys for coming in and watching this wonderful Friday wrestling stream. I know a lot of other YouTubers are also streaming right now too and stuff like that, talking about the greatest Royal Rumble, and it's okay if you go to those other YouTubers. Just make sure you guys catch the playback, and before you go, leave a like on this video. Thumbs up are mostly appreciated. But yeah, on to the greatest Royal Rumble itself, man. I will say this, dude. For a show that I had to wake up at 9 in the morning for, I was impressed with what I saw production value wise from the greatest Royal Rumble. Like, this was the first pay-per-view in a while where I felt like it was a big deal, man. Like seriously, this is like literally like the first pay-per-view in a while where I was just like, oh my god, this is a huge deal for WWE. This is like, WWE actually cares about this. I mean, just everything, man, from the setup. They used the black barricade. They used the black ring floors. The way that they had the pole set up around the ring with each pole having Titantrons and everything like that. The Jumbotron looked nice. They had the match graphics on the card. Like when's the last time you guys saw match graphics on the Titantron? Like that was just amazing to me. Like, that's just like a little detail and touch. And all the TVs were playing the match. They even had like a huge ass Jumbotron, like a 4-screen huge ass Jumbotron there. I mean, the setup was just absolutely gorgeous and phenomenal. The pyro, the fireworks, everything about this show was just so grand and majestic. And it's just like, you know, man, when WWE has that budget, because WWE got that Saudi money. We all know they got that Saudi Arabia money. So they're like, here comes the money. They're playing Shane McMahon's song, doing the Shane McMahon dance with that Saudi money. They had all this money to blow, man. And they decided, hey, we're going to use this money to give Saudi Arabia a great show. And, you know, was it a great show from a perspective inside the ring? That's all based on opinion, to be honest. But when it comes down to production values and just like what makes WWE sometimes just so cool to watch. Oh, dude, the Greatest Royal Rumble is one of those examples, man. When people talk about like just like imagery and everything like that, like some of the camera angles that they had too for this were just so different and unique. It was just like WWE was actually trying to really make you care about this show, and I appreciated that, man, because it got me into the show a little bit. And I will say to these Saudi Arabian fans, they were so fun when they cared about a match. Let's be real. Not every match on this card they cared about. They really were like quiet for a lot of the filler jobber matches. Like they understood this is a filler match. I ain't going hard on this match, man. But when it was like a huge match, like there was John Cena and Triple H. Oh man, they made John Cena and Triple H the opening match feel like it was the greatest match ever. Like I'm being dead serious, dude. These guys were going batshit crazy for this John Cena Triple H match. Like, and it was a basic ass match between John Cena and Triple H. Everything we've ever seen from a John Cena and Triple H match ever, we've seen it. You know, test of strengths, little nudges right there, stealing each other moves and everything like that. It was like a simple ass match. There was nothing like grand about this match ever, but the Saudi fans were going crazy, man. Anytime Cena was going for the shoulder shove, they go, ah! Like they loved it. It was like, oh man, those Saudi fans were awesome, man. Like when they were hot, they were hot. They made some of these other fan bases look really bad. So these Saudi fans, man, shout out to y'all. Y'all were when you were into the show, it made the show fun as hell, you know. And really, to be honest, it was just kind of like when you just looked at this, you just said to yourself, man, this is like when WWE actually tries. Their shows are very like aesthetically pleasing. Excuse me, I'm sorry I couldn't talk there. Like really, like that's just like what you expect from the WWE. You expect the WWE to like go out of their way to give you a good aesthetically pleasing show. Nowadays we're like it's gonna be so weird. Like I just watched this Greatest Royal Rumble that was like essentially like a filler pay-per-view if you looked at it. And it's like, that show was like a filler pay-per-view, and I'm going to go to Backlash, and it's like, Backlash is going to just feel like any Raw or SmackDown. And that's just weird to me, man. But, hey, dude, Saudi Arabia, they paid WWE this money. They said, hey, here's the money for this show. And WWE, they delivered with the money. They said, oh, we will use all this pyro in the world, man. Like, oh, God dang, there were a lot of people were getting pyro, man. They had so much pyro for this show and everything like that. But yeah, just like the production values, just everything that they had in general was just very on point. Like I just felt that like just show from a presentation aspect was just A+ quality. Like I don't know if you guys care about presentation. I feel presentation's important. Like you need to present the show as a big deal. Like you need to have like a clear-cut presentation. Like that makes or breaks it for me, at least in my personal opinion. But if it doesn't make it or break it for you, then that's okay. But for me, presentation it helps. And so yeah, but other than that, we're gonna have to go on and talk about the actual card itself, the Greatest Royal Rumble card. Let's get started with the card. First off, we kicked off with the good opener and John Cena and Triple H. Like I said, I talked about it a little bit early on. This was like a basic match from John Cena and Triple H. They did test of strengths, they did submission struggles, they did little counters here or there. What I liked about that match was that John Cena and Triple H, they basically was just like, hey, we're just going to do a couple finishers, that's it. It was nice to kind of see that. Like, I'm so used to all these finisher fests where everyone's kicking out of moves and everything like that. It was nice to see John Cena and Triple H just wrestle a basic match. And honestly, it was a good match. I had fun with this John Cena and Triple H match. Like, honestly, it was probably one of the better matches of the night. I'm just going to be dead honest here. Like, there were, like, match quality-wise, this show was not that good. Like, because I'm going to speed run through the rest of these matches that are just kind of bleh. But like John Cena and Triple H from the start was a really good match. And John Cena won because John Cena actually, you know, he's going to be a lot more active than Triple H. But man, guys, can you believe it? Triple H has not won a match since 2016. The last time Triple H won a match was against Dolph Ziggler on a Monday Night Raw. Triple H has not won a match since 2016. That's just ridiculous, man. That is just ridiculous. I'll answer that question a little bit later on, Degenerate Sharingan. I don't want to spoil what I thought and everything like that. But yeah, so moving on forward, then the rest of the matches, they were just like, okay, I would see this on the house show. Like, this was just typical. Well, yeah. This was just typical, like, I would see this on the house show type of matches. So you had Cruiserweight title match between Kalisto and Cedric Alexander. It was fine. I just feel like Cedric Alexander should wrestle faster. Like, I get it that he's a little bit more matured in the ring and he doesn't have to wrestle as fast, but you're in the Cruiserweight division. Please just wrestle a little bit faster. Bray and Matt Hardy, the Deleter of Worlds, defeated The Bar. Fine. Nothing special. It was just a decent match. Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal, and oh my god, the botches. This match was just botchamania written all over it. With Jeff Hardy going on and doing the Jeff Hardy hump dance and then clapping as his power was going in the background. And then Jinder not selling that move and falling like 8 seconds after. Oh man, the botches were real with this one, man. So it was a funny little matchup. But it was short. Honestly, I missed this matchup because I went to go get food. I didn't think the match would be super short, but it was super short and everything like that. So yeah, Jeff Hardy ended up retaining. The Bludgeon Brothers beat the Usos. And before we got to Bludgeon Brothers and the Usos, I think we had our little prayer intermission. And it was just kind of like this awkward time where we went to the pre-show panel and we had like a bunch of backstage segments. It was just kind of like an awkward panel. And a lot of people were like confused because WWE was saying, oh, this arena is sold out. And yet there's this big open spacing in the floor. And I remember telling Ace the Wrestling Nut, who I was watching the show with, I told him, oh no, that open space is for them to pray. Because if they don't have the open space on the floor, because they're gonna pray, because they're gonna lay their towels there or their blankets or wherever they want to pray on, or they can even pray on the floor itself. It's just it depends on their personal preference. They're gonna lay on that floor and pray. He didn't understand that because he's like, man, they have all this what's it called? Open space. How come they're not using this for seats? It's like, well, where else are they going to pray? Like, because that's where they're going to pray. They're not going to leave the arena to pray. They're going to go in that open space and pray during their prayer time. So we had just this weird, awkward pause where a lot of people just didn't know what was going on, man. Yeah, no, Jinder, man. Oh, it was a great botch. That whole match was just funny. It was just funny as hell, man. But yeah, so we got the praying, and then we got the intermission, and that was fine. It didn't really kill the show. It was just awkward because WWE didn't explain it. Like they were just going on and talking. Ace is always on Twitter, and Ace is he's also on Skype, and sometimes he comes on my channel to talk about stuff. He was on the WrestleMania podcast. We did a WrestleMania podcast for my predictions. He was on there and stuff like that. So yeah, Ace the Wrestling Nut is somewhat back, not fully back, but somewhat back, and everything like that. So yeah, and then we move on forward to the ladder match. Now this was kind of like one of the bigger matches of the night, and it was an okay match. Like it felt like it was just like, all right, we're gonna play this match a little bit safe because we don't want you guys getting too banged up before Backlash. Finn and Samoa Joe, they were like the ones who did most of the work. Seth Rollins was like, yeah, I'm here to take my nap, and The Miz, he did his thing. It was a solid match. It had a cool ending with Balor looking to grab the title, and then Seth Rollins does the little springboard jump onto the ladder like everyone else does, runs and grabs the title out of Finn Balor's hands, and Finn Balor was all busted up. It was good imagery and everything like that. So yeah, when it comes down to it, the ladder match, it was fine. It was just like, because like a lot of people were like, oh, this was a good match, this is fun and stuff like that. It's like, when you compare it to like what you saw the NXT dudes do at TakeOver North America for the North American Championship, it's kind of hard to say like this ladder match was good, because that ladder match was just really good, like a great ladder match, fun opener and everything like that. That's fine, because that's just like crazy match where these guys are trying to prove themselves to become the first ever North American champion. This ladder match just felt like, all right, we don't really have much to do with these superstars. We don't want any of them to eat the pin. But we want the Saudi Arabia fans to have a fun match to watch. Let's just do this ladder match. And it was just kind of like at the same time, I was like, well, we don't want you guys to get hurt because this is not really a big well, this is a big show for us, but it's not like we want you guys to get hurt because this show doesn't really have much impact when it comes to our weekly television and what we normally watch. So it was like WWE was just telling them, go out there, wrestle kind of safe and everything like that. It was fine though. It wasn't like anything special, but it was an okay ladder match nonetheless. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, the rematch of the dream match that we already seen. So was this the third time tree match, whatever you want to call it? Who cares? AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke was still lazy. Shinsuke's lazy. He's so fucking lazy. He's lazy. Why is Shinsuke so fucking lazy? Like seriously, man. The King of Nuts style is so goddamn lazy, man. AJ Styles is trying. Like AJ Styles is like, come on, Shinsuke, let's have a match. Let's go out there. And Shinsuke's like, no, I'm sorry. me get paycheck. Like seriously, he just don't care. The match was fine though. Is it better than their Mania match? I mean, they did have a cool spot where Shinsuke did the nut shot, and then it looked like he was gonna win the title off that. But then AJ had the arm underneath the rope, so that was fine. That was cool. But other than that, I was just kind of like you know, I was fine with the finish, the double count out, because it was like, what are you gonna do for Backlash? Like if AJ beats Shinsuke again, then it's like, why should I want to watch this match again? If Shinsuke loses by disqualification, you just make Shinsuke look like a stupid idiot, because then it shows that Shinsuke has to cheat to win. At least with this match and the way that they ended it, where AJ was just going crazy, just like beating the fuck out of Shinsuke on the outside, kind of like getting really emotional from all the time Shinsuke has been hitting his nuts. It was kind of like, at least then you can say at Backlash they can have like a no DQ type of match or a no holds barred type of match. Something else that's just besides a good wrestling match. Because like, honestly, I think we're past the point of seeing AJ and Shinsuke just throw down in the ring in a good wrestling match. I mean, we have the Wrestle Kingdom match, but when it comes to them in the WWE, I don't think we're ever going to see it. I honestly don't think we're ever going to see AJ and Shinsuke kill it inside the WWE ring. It's just Shinsuke, man. He's just lazy. He's just getting by. He's just chilling. He loves doing his 3 moves of doom. He loves now that he has a 4th move, the nut shot, the King of Nuts style. Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't speak English. I just want to get paid. You know, he's fine. So he don't even care about anything like that anymore. He don't care about putting on these 5-star classics for the YWC nerds. He's all like, I get paid. I hit nut. I speak non-English. He's fine. So yeah, Shinsuke doing his own thing and stuff like that. But whatever. Double count out finish. And then we get to the Universal title match. And guys, I gotta take off the headphones for this one. Because you know what's coming. Oh my fucking god. Universal title. It's a stupid fucking match. It's a fucking match. Fucking Universal title. Fucking shit. All this shit that we get with the Universal title. Had to take off the headphones because if I have the headphones on, then I won't be able to do this. Oh. Ah. Ah. Shit. Fucking shit. Yo! Pillow! Where you at? Remember Red Pillow? Hashtag Red Pillow's back, bitches. Ah. Alright. This Universal title match right here was a piece of shit. I don't care what anyone says. This was the dumbest thing that I ever watched. I never want to hear Roman Reigns haters ever say, WWE shut Roman down. Don't shut up. I never want to hear that ever again. That Roman Reigns is shoved down our throats. Because Roman Reigns is literally the worst booked top guy ever. Like WWE is just like seriously, WWE is like trying to get, like, it's like a guy trying to get with a girl, right? And he doesn't know, should I go all the way or not? Like, they just get cold feet at the last second. They go, oh, she's just too good for me. She deserves better. No! Go all the way with this bitch! Go all the way! Why are you dicking around with Reigns? Why can't you just finally, WWE, one day in your freaking life just say, hey, we gotta go all the way. We gotta actually make him our next top guy. But instead, they pussyfoot and they do cutesy little shit because they're like, oh, we don't want Roman Reigns to look bad. Want to see how the match went? Steel cage? Red Pillow, where you at? Oh, me, Brock Lesnar. What's the suplex? What's the suplex? What's the suplex? What's the suplex? What's the suplex at the F5? Oh, covered up the fucking pillow. Oh, he kicked out. The fucking pillow kicked out. The fucking pillow kicked out. Oh, wow. Oh, 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 wow. Oh, wow. Oh, spear. Oh, it's a spear. Oh, the fucking another spear. Oh, that's $80 million set this shit up. So that way you guys can fucking shit. Alright, I have this. Okay. Okay. Pretend this is the steel cage, okay? Pretend this shit right here is the steel cage door. Roman Reigns is Pillow, okay? Hashtag red pillows is Roman Reigns, okay? Alright? And this, I'm Brock Lesnar's fat ass, okay? So then we have Pillow. This is gonna fucking hurt, but I don't care because it's so stupid. Go fucking. They go through the cage, okay? They go through the fucking cage. They go through the fucking cage, man. Fuck you, red pillow. I don't give a fuck right now. Okay? They go through the fucking cage, man. They do all this shit. They do all this shit. Going through the fucking cage. And they're like, oh, Brock Lesnar won. His body hit it first. Last I checked, when it came to all these stupid matches with steel cages and everything like that, last time I checked, your feet had to touch the floor first. Guess who feet touched first? Roman Reigns'. But no, Lesnar won. We gotta keep Lesnar. Oh my god, dude. I just don't get it. What's the point? Why do you push Roman Reigns if you're not gonna do fucking shit with him? Enough is enough. It's time for a fucking change. I like Roman Reigns. You guys know I'm a Reigns fan. Y'all know that. But give up on him at this point. It hates me to say this, but give up on him. Take your time. Fucking just do something else with Roman, man. Fucking stupid, man. Like, for real, dude. How are you going to just do all that crap, man? It was like, oh. It was just ridiculous, man. Just absolutely ridiculous. Whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna plug the microphone back in. Sound quality should be a little bit better now, I guess. I don't know, man. I just really don't know what WWE's trying to do with Reigns. It's just frustrating, man. It's just like fucking frustrating to watch, man. It's like, dude, I hate when I hear fans say, oh, he's shoved down our throats. Oh, Reigns is just overrated. Reigns doesn't do this. And it's just like, Reigns doesn't even get pushed at all, man. He gets pushed like shit. And then when fucking all these other schmucks get pushed over Reigns, they're all fine with it. It's just so stupid, man. It's just the hypocrisy of the YWC, man. Like, I hear like so many people be like, oh, YWC is hypocritical about this or that. Roman Reigns is the most hypocritical thing, man. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. And then watch, when Reigns is the undercard guy and he ain't doing shit, all these motherfucking YWC fans, they're going to be all like, oh, I can't believe they never found any way to make Reigns the top guy. They did it with Ryback, man. It's just so stupid, man. Wrestling fans, man, the definition of sanity is repeating the same thing and having the same result over and over again, man. Like, yeah, put Care Bear in the main event, sure. Watch your ratings decrease. That dude is just a comedy character. Get these hands! Speaking of fucking Care Bear, oh. The greatest Royal Rumble match. Oh my god, dude. There's a reason why the jobber jacket is being worn right now. Because this match was jobberific. Holy shnikes. I was just like, oh god. So the opening two people were Bryan and Ziggler. Those were the biggest stars that came out, man. Like, Bryan and Ziggler were like the biggest guys that came out. And then all of a sudden, Mark Henry came out. And that was fine. But then he got eliminated by like nothing. But then it was like we got all these random ass jobbers that I forgot were on the roster, like Tony Nese, Victor, freaking. I was like, what the hell? Drew Gulak. I didn't even know he was still a thing. I thought Drew Gulak was gone. I didn't even know this. Like, it's sorry, I don't watch 205 Live like that. I just didn't even know Drew Gulak was still a thing. But man, dude, it was like we got guys like Hiroki Sumi. Like, who is this? Like, can someone tell me who the hell Hiroki Sumi is? Like, I don't even know who the fuck that was. I was just like, what the heck? You brought back Great Khali just for him to get eliminated in literally 10 seconds. Like, Khali literally limped his fat ass out to the ring, and he was fat. Like, Khali wasn't, like, ripped like he used to be. Like, because Khali, like, despite what you want to say about Khali, at least Khali was always, like, muscular as hell. This time, he just came, he had that beer belly, he was limping his one leg to the ring. It was bad, dude. He looked in rough shape, dude. And the fans were all excited for him. And then they threw him out of the ring. It was just like, what the hell? Khali was there and everything like that. Nothing. And then the NXT people they brought up. Okay, this is literally the NXT people they brought up. Tucker Knight from Heavy Machinery. The highlight of Tucker Knight in this Royal Rumble match was that he was beating up someone, and for whatever reason, Rey Mysterio saw him, fucking sucker punched him, and then kicked him in the leg super hard, and for no freaking reason whatsoever. It was like, why did Rey stiff that guy so hard? Like, did that guy call Rey a midget or something? Roderick Strong, alright, I heard, shock the system. I literally said, oh, baby, Adam Cole, baby. No, it was Roderick Strong. And you know what these Saudi Arabia fans did? They sat on their hands and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Because they did not even care about Roderick Strong. No one cared about Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong sucks. Then we got some NXT developmental guys like Baba Tunde and Dan Matha. Man, Vince, what, did you bring all the big guys and then you felt bad so you grabbed Roderick Strong? Maybe Vince misread Roderick Strong. He was all like, and we got Baba Tunde, Dan Mathis, and Roderick. Oh, I thought you would be a little bit taller and bigger. Nope, my name's Roderick Strong, Vince. I'm here to wrestle. Ah, that's disappointing. I really wanted you to be 6'8" and 280 pounds. Oh, I guess I can find a way to use you. Like, for real. Those are the NXT guys you brought up? Man, come on. That's just disgusting, man. Roderick Strong, Baba Tunde, Dan Matha, and Tucker Knight from Heavy Machinery. Notable performances were, of course, Daniel Bryan, who broke Rey Mysterio's record. He lasted forever. Daniel Bryan came in at number 1. He lasted up until the final 3. That was crazy. And Bryan was messed up in this match, dude. Like, Daniel Bryan had red marks on his chest. He had red marks on his arm. It was disgusting, man. Like, he just looked like he'd been through war and everything like that. But it was, like, pretty badass, too, at the same time. It was disgusting, but badass at the same time, if that makes any sense. But then this Royal Rumble, like, Randy Orton, oh, he was the most over guy. Him and Shane McMahon were the two most over dudes in this Rumble. Like, I swear to God, Saudi Arabia loved the RKO. They were just like, oh, RKO. RKO. They were like, ah! Every time Randy would do it, it was the greatest thing ever. Now, the best part of the match, I can't talk with the jobber jacket on, so I'm going to slip this thing off real quick, because this is not jobber jacket material, this next spot. This is, this is great. Fucking Titus O'Neil. Him slipping on his way to the ring, and he trips himself for himself, and he slides underneath the ring. And the best part about this was, like, they didn't just show this spot once. They literally showed this spot like 3 or 4 times, man. Oh, I feel bad for Titus, man. I feel bad that I'm laughing at Titus O'Neil. That shit was hilarious, man. He literally just fucking tripped and he fell underneath the ring apron. It was fucking great, dude. So yeah, that right there, that does not deserve jobber jacket material, man. But the final 2 in this match, oh, yo, that's jobber jacket material right here. The final 2 were these 2 disgusting individuals. I could not believe it. I was saying to myself, this has to be a fake dream. This can't be real. And it was sad. And I just gotta get an image just so that way you guys can know what I was viewing. This is how I view these 2 men. And shout out to Snowdrop for this wonderful image. I gotta go find it, man. Where is this wonderful image, man? I gotta go find this wonderful image that Snowdrop sent me on Twitter, because yeah. Oh man, dude. I just could not believe. I honestly just could not believe it, dude. It's just like, does WWE hate me? Like, they knew I was watching. They were just like, hey, Chase, screw you. We don't want you to enjoy the product anymore. We want you to watch Gumby and Big Cat and Care Bear freaking wrestle, man. Like, seriously. We were watching Gumby and Care Bear freaking wrestle in the middle of this ring. Like, who asked for this? Like seriously, like, if you're a sick individual that was asking for this, like, for real. It was just ridiculous, man. Like, look at this shit, man. Like, this is literally what WWE was trying to tell you to watch. Like, here, I'm going to put it on screen. Look at this. Look at this. That was our Final Four, everybody. Look. We got Care Bear. There's Care Bear and Gumby. Fuck you, Gumby. You got these two goofs wrestling, man. I hope WWE doesn't flag me for stealing some images and stuff, but for real, this is what we got. We got this right here. Care Bear and Gumby going at it. These are people that a lot of people are high on. Care Bear especially. Oh, he's so over. Get these hands. Put the Universal title on him. You want to put a Universal title on this goof? Like, for real? Man, WWE is smart, though. They didn't have him eliminate freaking Daniel Bryan. Oh, man. Screw Lashley, right? Instead of giving Lashley a good run. Instead of giving Lashley a freaking win here. We're going to give it to fucking Care Bear. Get these hands! You know where you can get these hands, Braun Strowman? You can go fucking down the street. Get your goddamn hands back to Customs. Turn that title away. Screw you, man. I just can't stand this. Like, I can't believe it, man. They literally had Care Bear and Gumby in the final two. Like, for real, man. This is like Vince's wet dream right here. You know, like that meme where everyone thinks Vince is jacking off to Roman Reigns? This is Vince, like, with Care Bear and good. Big Cass and Braun Strowman. Oh, baby. Man, fuck this shit, dude. Care Bear won. Who cares? Like, for real, man. Who cares? Who cares about Care Bear winning, dude? Like, this is the worst thing ever, man. Yeah, he's the Green Slime champion, man. He won the Slime Time Championship, man. Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, no, for real. Who the fuck is this guy? But yeah. Anyways, greatest Royal Rumble. It was not better than WrestleMania. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "But Chase, you ranted harder at WrestleMania." WrestleMania still had some good moments. Like, greatest Royal Rumble, it was like filler matches, one solid IC title match, a Universal title match that was just as bad as the WrestleMania Universal title match. A WWE Championship match that was just solid at best. And then, as well, what's it called? What's that one fucking match that was... Cena and Triple H. That was, like, literally the match of the night, in my personal opinion. The Royal Rumble was long, man. Like, this Rumble was long, and it just honestly just didn't feel like a payoff. I was expecting more surprises, more fun. It was just like, man, I'll be like, oh, I can't wait. And then fucking one of the Ascension dudes are coming out. I'm like... Who cares about Connor or Victor? Like, for real. Why is Dash and Dawson coming out right now? It was just like so... I don't know. It's just such an anticlimactic show. Like, in my personal opinion. It just didn't feel like a big event. Like, the presentation made it feel like a big event. But, like, match quality and storytelling and in-ring wise, it didn't feel like a big event. It just felt like a normal event. WWE was just like, hey, we're getting that Saudi money, so that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Overall, greatest Royal Rumble was not a good show. A blast show for the WWE. Presentation-wise, A+. Like, if you want to just go based on presentation, greatest show ever, man. The pyro, everything. You could trick someone into... Like, honestly, if you're trying to show a casual fan this show, I honestly would suggest this to a casual fan, especially Cena versus Triple H. Just because I feel like a casual fan, from their perspective, watching this, they'll be like, oh, shit, this looks good. You know, just because it looks good. That's it. But other than that, for wrestling fans and just in general, bless show. Nothing special. What did you guys think about the Greatest Royal Rumble? I know CPZ said that it was a terrible show. But I don't know, or garbage, he said. But I don't know what you guys thought about the show. Yeah, that ending was ridiculous, Big Fresh, Matt. Like, I still can't believe it. How'd you guys like my match with Red Pillow, man? Red Pillow and I, we put in that work rate. I felt Red Pillow and I put on two good match of the year quality matches. I mean, if you guys don't know, Red Pillow and I, we had a match before at WrestleMania 34 review, and that match got good reviews. Everyone said that was good work rate. But I feel like this match right here between Red Pillow and I, we did pretty good here. I felt that I was selling the Superman punches a little bit more, but I don't know. That's up to you guys to decide. But yeah, Greatest Royal Rumble, bless show. If you guys have any questions, we're going to be on for the next few minutes to answer any questions. They don't have to be wrestling related. They can just be anything related. I know the NFL draft just happened, so some people might ask me about the NFL draft. I know a lot of people may have other questions that they have for me. But yeah, you guys have any right to answer any questions. Shout out to Snowdrop once again for that cool little picture, and shout out to the Blue Knight for my background borders. Yeah, man, they sacrificed WrestleMania just so they could have this match. It's kind of funny, too. Do you notice, like, the world title matches now are kind of just, like, deflating these shows? It's not, like, it's weird. Like, WWE, they can always have a good start. Like, I always feel like with WWE pay-per-views, and this just doesn't go for the big shows, it goes for all WWE pay-per-views. I feel like WWE pay-per-views, they always start off really good. And then you just get into, like, a lull with them. Like, then they just start getting, what's it called? Like for real. They just get into a lull. And then, like, by the time they get to the world title matches, you're just kind of like, who cares? Because you already, A, know who's going to win, or B, you don't care who wins. Oh, the Titus spot. I don't know if Schleich is focused on the draft. He watching the draft and anything, so I don't know if Schleich is going to review the show. But I hope someone shows him that Titus spot. He would enjoy that. That was just a miraculous spot. Like, I was laughing my ass off, man. Van Der Esch is good, though. I wanted Van Der Esch to fall to the... When I heard those medical red flags for Van Der Esch, I was so hyped. I was like, oh, shit, dude. We might get Van Der Esch in the second round for the Chargers. But, hey, I'm happy with the Chargers got in the first round. Because Van Der Esch, he probably would have gone to the Chargers at 17 if... and I wanted Van Der Esch, too, so I was fine with him. But he probably would have gone to the Chargers at 17 if he lasted that long. But no, Van Der Esch is gonna be good, man. Don't be hating on Van Der Esch, dog. He's gonna be good. Trust TTP. Trust the process. I don't know. That's not really a Cowboy thing. That's the Sixers. Sympathy for Baker Mayfield? Not really. I mean, he doesn't really have a choice, so I guess there is some sympathy there. I guess I have some sympathy on the fact that he doesn't have a choice for his team. But you know, the thing about Baker Mayfield is, he has given up on a team before in Texas Tech when he wasn't the starter and everything like that. I just have some questions with Mayfield. He's a good player. I didn't think he was the best quarterback in this draft, not by miles. But hey, you know, the Browns, they really wanted him, and it's up to them to actually make him. I just don't understand how you draft him and then you don't go with the guard or a wide receiver with the next pick. It's so dumb. No, Care Bear just gets the green belt and that stupid trophy. That's it. He don't get a title. He has a belt. He has the greatest Royal Rumble belt. That's like the Impact Grand Championship for WWE. What's next for Roman Reigns after Samoa Joe at Backlash? I think Ambrose. I think Ambrose is kind of like the one feud that I'm kind of set on. Just because either Ambrose or Corbin. Like, I don't know who else. Because those are the two guys that kind of make the most sense. Like, Ambrose makes sense because Ambrose could probably have... be pissed at Roman for not being there the night that he got attacked, kayfabe-wise and stuff, because Ambrose was already injured. But it would just be a good storyline, because Roman wasn't there the night that Ambrose got taken out, so Ambrose can be pissed. You can finally get that Ambrose heel turn a lot of people are asking for. And it'd be different for Dean Ambrose to feud with Roman Reigns and everything like that. We haven't seen that before, because they're always good buddies, so it's not like we ever have seen them feud. And then, I think Corbin, just because Corbin and Roman, it kind of just makes sense, especially with how Corbin's kind of being shoved right now. So it kind of makes sense to have him face Roman. So those are the two guys that I see facing Roman. Like, I don't see them going to Lesnar right away, and I don't see them doing a Lashley feud right away either. My thoughts on the Patriots' first round choice last night with Isaiah Wynn and Shoney Michelle. I have mixed emotions about this at the moment and the acquisition of Trent Brown from the 49ers. Isaiah Wynn, I did not understand why for the tackle position. As a guard, yes, but tackle, no. Shoney Michelle is fine. He's just not a pass catcher running back. Like, he's a quick running back with great elusiveness, But when it comes down to pass catching, he's not an Alvin Kamara type. I hate the comparison that Sony Michel got to Alvin Kamara, because Kamara is literally is a pass catching running back. Like, Sony Michel is nowhere comparing to Alvin Kamara. Like, I do not compare Sony Michel to Alvin Kamara. If I were to compare any running back from this year's draft to Alvin Kamara, it would be Rashad Penny, because Rashad Penny screams like an Alvin Kamara type. But I'm surprised Penny got into the first round. The Seahawks, with these Seahawks unknown players, they were like, oh, we need Rashad Penny. But hey, my boy Rashad Penny getting that first round money. Good for you. Shout out to Rashad Penny. San Diego State University. And I don't even go to SDSU. I just like the school. So yeah. Trent Brown. I didn't even know that you guys got Trent Brown. I got to look at what you guys gave up first. Yeah, man, you guys love Boise State. You guys love that blue turf. Chase, the rumors of Jason Witten retiring. Do you think the Cowboys should draft Dallas Goedert from San Jose State? Yeah, man. No, Hiroki Goto wasn't. No, it was Hiroki Sumi, not Hiroki Goto. Hiroki Sumi. He was just some random wrestler, and no, he's a free agent. With the way Braun's been booked, do you see him beating Lesnar for the title since Brock's about to pass CM Punk? It's either him or Lashley. I'd prefer Lashley, but if he's hot, go with him and see what he can do with the title. That's all I could really say about it. Like, with Care Bear, I really feel like once he has the title, that's when fans are going to stop really caring about him. And the problem is, when you're champion, that's when people start nitpicking you the most. Because they like you when you're not the champion. But when you're champion, people start pointing out your flaws more than your positives. Now, don't get me wrong. Care Bear does have some positives to him. He's a bigger guy. He's more believable than a lot of the roster and everything like that. It's not like Care Bear is complete trash. I just don't like him. That's just me. But I do admit where I see that he is over with the fans, and the fans do like him. But just the thing is that once he wins the belt, you already know there's going to be people that will turn their backs on him, say, oh, he shouldn't be saying get these hands, or I'm not finished with you, or this goopy stuff as champion, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know what they're saying. Degenerate Sharingan, everyone's just counting this as, like, if Brock gets to 434, he's going to pass CM Punk as, like, the longest world champion. But yeah, no, he could beat Lesnar for the title. I just honestly don't know who's beating Lesnar at the title at this point. But if you're going to choose Braun, it would make sense. He did win that GRR. He did win that Greatest Royal Rumble. So yeah, it would make sense for it to be him, right? And pick number 143, 49ers got the... Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's a good trade then. For Trent Brown, that's not too bad. You guys didn't give up much. So that's fine. At least you guys didn't give up a lot. Because if you guys gave up a lot for Trent Brown, that'd be weird. I'll do like, because like the Patriots, they love doing weird trades, man. 49ers, dude, they're weird. The Raiders were, I don't know what John Gruden must be drunk on Coronas. He did not know what the hell he was doing, dude. And it's funny too. He kicks off Marquise Keene on the team for, and he trades for Martavis Bryant, man. Now in 3 years with WWE, do you find it impressive that AJ spent most of the time in the main event scene? Super impressive. Like, honestly, I'm not surprised because AJ is a Republican, so Vince was probably like very favorable of AJ Styles. But I am impressed because it's just like, if you would have told me like, oh, AJ Styles would be a 2-time WWE champion in 3 years, I'd be like, fuck no, man, no way. And now he is. Like, it's just crazy. He's just had such a good run on top at the WWE. A lot of people were like saying, oh, they're not going to know how to use him right. Like, honestly, if you discredit probably AJ's first 6 months, like up until the Cena feud, if you just credit all that, AJ Styles has just been like really freaking good and not have been booked too terribly. Yeah, I've seen the Avengers, man. I liked it. I thought it was good. It wasn't the best out of the movies, but it was good. It was fine. I ain't gonna say spoil anything about it. No need to, man. Just make sure that you avoid the internet reviews and stuff, man. Like, I don't know why, dude. Reviews spoil Internet's reviewers spoil everything, man. They literally just spoil everything when it comes down to it, man. Like, I tried to read an internet review about the Avengers, and it was like such bullshit, dude. I was like, are you kidding me, man? They spoiled like the whole goddamn thing. I was mad. I was really mad. No, they didn't spoil everything for me. They spoiled one thing though. I was like kind of pissed though. I was like, dude, come on. I'm trying to watch this show right here, or watch this movie, and you're over here spoiling it. Any other questions? Oh, I guess that's it. Every time I say that, I guess that's it though. Then someone asks a question. But anyways, guys, thank you guys very much for tuning into the Friday wrestling stream. Okay, one last question for Red Ride. Thoughts on the Wolves' performance? We did well. Game 3 is probably one of my favorite games in basketball history and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. But yeah, Game 3 was my favorite game in WWE history, not WWE, in NBA history right now. Loved it. Felt that Jimmy Butler was a little bit banged up and tired. We need to get 3-point shooting on our bench. Re-sign Derrick Rose, because if we can just get playoff Rose for a bit, I'll take it. Is Lashley Republican? Yeah. I'm not surprised if he is. But yeah, he's definitely a Republican for sure. And do you think WWE pay-per-view should be shorter? Absolutely. We don't need long pay-per-views, and not every belt needs to be defended on a pay-per-view. You could try to make your titles a little bit more interesting for your weekly shows. That would just be a little bit better, in my personal opinion. But thank you guys very much for tuning in to this live stream and enjoying it with me. Leave your thoughts down below about the Greatest Rumble or anything else you want to talk about for the next future live stream. Thank you guys very much. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOller68. Hey, leave Kanye alone. He's trying to spread some weird wisdom on this world. He's just being a great internet troll, okay? Let's just put it at that. But thank you guys very much. Remember, guys, just like our champion Brock Lesnar, I guess I have to still say this because he's still our champion. Sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. And... Yo!